Podcast queen. We like to start this podcast smiling, feeling good, feeling energized, ready to give the people positive frequencies, talking about wealth, strategy, and networking. Can we do that today?
We gonna give you what you want.
We'll give what you want. We know you want the network. We know you want the wealth nuggets. So first off, obviously there's beautiful benefits of being my wife.
Yes.
Yeah, what?
I just was not where that
you weren't expecting that one?
Yeah.
Well,
Amen. There are.
there are beautiful benefits. One of which we spent a beautiful day at Glen Ivy. Shout out to Queen Lopez. And truly, your network is your net worth. The people who you engage with as friends, as colleagues, as husband and wife is going to directly influence what you do in life, right?
Nice.
So we got that from Glen Ivy. I would have never probably gone. It's probably would have been a while.
I would have been there, but not in the
Very
same
true.
regards.
Very true. But in addition to that, like this next guest that we have come on is a part of your squad, your friend group, right? And I've been blessed with the friendship by being the mayor. So there's also beautiful benefits of being your husband.
Thanks, man.
Of course. See how I tied it in?
Yeah,
tied
that was
it
nice.
in. Yeah, I
See what you
appreciate
did
it.
there.
So today we do have a dope guest who has done some incredible things in the social media marketing side, who has done some dope things in personal branding, and who is our go-to person whenever we're trying to build a system, whenever we're trying to get like advice on sales or building a funnel. We're like, hey, Deja, can you take a look at this real quick? Help me. So we're going to talk about all that stuff today. If you are feeling stuck in your business, you're feeling stuck in life, and you're like, dang, it's February already, and I need to make some moves in these goals, this is the episode to listen to. Queen, are you ready?
I am ready.
Cool. Well, without further ado, let's get into the episode. Over 50% of Black Americans are unmarried, and only 2% of Black families in America have a net worth over $1 million.
We are on our journey to not only join that 2%, but grow that 2%.
Facts. I'm Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game, with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd. You can go to our website at them4show.com, our Instagram at them4show, and our YouTube channel at Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making.
And welcome to the M4 Show. Listen, so we did an M4 mastermind in Bay Area, Hayward, be specific, right? We were in Hayward? Alameda.
Always with
Thank
us.
you.
I promise you, we did not even touch Hayward.
I just be showing up, y'all. But we did a dope M4 mastermind where we got together some folks from Atlanta, some folks from the IE, some people from the Bay came through, and we were to talk about our goals, talk about what we want to do for the year. And we had like a mastermind podcast episode where Deja was being featured. And Deja was dropping some sauce. She was dropping some games, some personal stories, as well as like just her own vision for what she wants to create. And some of our listeners were like, hey, she's dope.
I like her.
Hey, can we bring her back? And we were like, yeah, duh, I know her. So without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome Deja to the M4 Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making podcast.
Hey.
What's going on, sis?
Hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me to give to your tribe. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Of course. Happy to have you. And we saw you like 2 days ago at the Queen's birthday dinner. That was fun. Good vibes. That was good vibes. Right? If y'all haven't done Brazilian barbecue, get it in your life.
Look, it's another level. It's one of those things where it's like I crave it, and then when you're there, it's so much food, and you're like, I can't take another bite.
False.
But already, like the next day, I was like, dang, I want that lamb again. That lamb steak was good.
Facts.
It reminds me of a bubble gum. You could fry it, saute it, grill it, broil it.
All the different kinds of meats, anything you want.
It was good stuff. But for the folks that don't know, and I don't even know if I know this story, and I'm gonna ask you, Deja, and then we'll see if Sinclair agrees or disagrees. How did y'all meet?
Hmm.
And this is, I'm sure, high school sometime.
Yeah, I'm
But
like, I don't know that I
Yeah.
can pinpoint the
what?
exact moment. Maybe your memory is better than mine.
Dancing. That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm
First
like,
of
Uh,
all, first of all, Sinclair was that that girl.
yeah.
Sup?
She was that chick
Mm.
where it's just like, oh my gosh, there goes Sinclair. Oh my gosh, she's on the
Oh.
dance team, all this stuff. And all the guys was like, ooh, Sinclair,
Ooh.
So
I'm done, Deja.
That's how it was,
you
Sinclair.
laughing
No.
because it's true. It's true.
Oh
But
goodness.
we met officially when we started dancing. Oh,
Mhm.
I started dancing in senior year. And that's when we actually was like, okay, like let's hang out. Let's, do a little something, hey, here. So
Nice.
it was cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like we had been around the same circle before that, but I feel like, yeah, we really got to start to hang out and be friends like when you joined Showstoppers.
Hmm.
Showstop, yeah, showstop,
And
man.
and by the way, her mom was is the teacher still at the high school, but she was our dance overseer or teacher.
Advisor, I
Mm.
guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
She didn't play.
Yeah, I think advisor is a little bit better than overseer. Deja. It's Black History Month. Come on now,
Look,
overseer.
look, I didn't know what to
Overseer.
call her, but she was making sure we was in check, our outfits were done. She was
Oh
in
boy,
there like doing sit-ups with us at sometimes. I was like,
man,
"Whoo, she out here."
Boss lady don't play.
at all.
Mhm.
So
Right.
going from high school, this is a solid. I'm not gonna age y'all, but some years ago, and now y'all are still friends, still connected. What has kept that friendship, whether it's values, whether it's common things that y'all have, like what has kept that friendship here? Because there's tons of people that I'm sure y'all and I don't talk to in high school anymore, right? Like you were real tight during those 4 years, but for whatever reason chose different paths. So how have y'all stayed connected, and why have y'all stayed connected?
That's a good question. I mean, I want one is definitely I think just mutual friends, right? So her
Mhm,
her cousin Denzel is one of my good friends too. So I feel like
mhm.
we've always been pretty cool ever since like that senior year when we was all dancing together and hanging out
Uh-huh.
at lunch,
Mhm.
doing the jerk circles
Hey,
and jerk battles right
hey,
at
hey!
lunch.
Y'all know about that.
Look. So yeah, I feel like we've all kind of been around the same circle, but I think too like at least for me, like when we would connect like after high school and we would connect, like we were always kind of still on the same like wavelength, like
Mm,
about our business, like doing something,
Mhm.
right? And so I feel like it's one of those like game recognized game type of thing. Like I
mhm.
see you, you see me, and we need to keep this site together.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh-huh. The vibe was most definitely there. We were always focused on our work. We
Mhm,
wasn't out here doing the most, trying to run after hee hee ha ha.
mhm.
But
No hee hee ha
this
ha here.
right, we was keeping it real. But
Mhm.
and even I feel like before we actually connected, we have both landed like a scholarship through some situation. And
Yeah.
we went to this what was it called? It was in Riverside somewhere, and we were invited. It was like the Mason scholarship.
The Rotary Club,
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Riverside, like, Rotary Club or something like that.
It was a different experience for us both, but we were
Hmm,
just looking at each other like, "Oh, you here too?" Like,
like, thank
okay.
God.
Like, yes, yes.
It was about like three of us, me, you, and one other individual. But the vibe has always been just about our stuff, and you can't escape that. A person who's about their stuff, it's
Mhm.
like you said, game recognized game. Shoot,
We go together.
Oh
right?
goodness. So y'all know y'all somebody's aunties. The hee hee ha ha and the we go together.
No, and she literally we gave you the term Auntie Deja when we went on the road trip, and you brought all the snacks.
Oh, for
You
sure.
had
Oh, for sure.
I
She had
had
the
bud
medicines,
spray,
the
yes,
yes.
the
Lysol,
airs,
Neosporin.
anything.
Everything.
She was like, I got
I
it.
got it. I got it. Our
Mhm.
backseat was packed. So I do want to talk about our M4 experience, but before that, now that folks got a little bit of a soft introduction to you, are do you mind just giving your Deja Easter
Yes.
introduction? Who are you? What do you do? Who do you do it for? Go ahead and rep your stuff.
Look, okay, so I teach business owners and entrepreneurs clarifying and profitable marketing action steps that get them unstuck. As a
Mm,
result, they're able to find their audience, create offers, grow their businesses, generate leads, reduce stress, increase revenue. I've
Mm,
done global marketing support for Amazon, Xerox, brands such as Huggies, Cottonelle toilet paper, You by Kotex, pads, tampons, Kleenex, and more, and ServiceNow technology. I've
mm,
supported $1 million corporate lead gen marketing campaigns, brand marketing campaigns, communication marketing, and internal business marketing development. My help has aided in over 6 figures of revenue growth for my small business mentee. So it's safe to say the
mm.
conversation we're about to have tonight is good. And
Listen,
I'm the one to help you get unstuck with your marketing plan.
come on,
She
come
said,
on.
"Oh, you want my
Oh, you
credentials?
want you want me to talk about my
Let me go
stuff?
down the
I
list."
got you.
Huh?
Listen. So
Mhm.
again, for the folks that are listening, there's a lot of game about to be made. If you have notes, go ahead and take your notes. If you have a friend who you feel like needs some of this unstuck wisdom and game and knowledge, send this episode to them. But before we get into all the game, how was your experience in the M4 Mastermind? I know you had a few, at least 3 goals written down. I
Mhm.
don't know how the traction has gone on those goals, but yeah, just
Look,
how was the vibe? How's the experience?
look. So December, okay, I already had in my head that I wanted to do certain things, but I
Mm,
wasn't moving on it as quick.
mm.
So let me tell you, by January 1st, I had trademarked my name.
Yes.
Let's go.
I had started doing some digital updates to my website because I had already been processing how I wanted to pivot. And I told
Mm,
myself I wanted to focus on doing corporate done for you, but teaching businesses, small business and entrepreneurs the steps.
yeah.
So I went ahead and made those updates to my website. I went ahead and started brainstorming my lead gen magnet so I could get leads. And let me tell you, it's February 6th,
Mhm.
and I'm wrapping it up. So
Wow.
I'm right now I'm just doing like simple kinks. And then I already said, all right, well, my social, I'm gonna update that eventually, but it can still be bringing in leads. So let's just get it on Google.
Yeah.
First of all, even when you do YouTube Shorts, if the SEO is connected to Google, whenever people are typing in a marketing methodologies that they're stuck on, the YouTube Short is going to pop up and help with the SEO, and the Google's going to pop up and help. So
So hold on, Deja, I gotta stop you.
Diving
I
in
gotta stop you.
already.
You got so much game within the first 2 minutes of what you're saying. So I want to start off with the first sentence that you said, which was I trademarked my name.
Mm.
yeah,
Why did you trademark your name? Just give people the business reasoning behind trademarking your own name.
so a wise person once said, your name is, more valuable than gold. You
Mm,
Mm.
know, when you think about all these corporations and companies, it's their name, it's their family legacy.
mm,
Like, I don't even know what some of the like I don't know what some of the last names of these businesses are. But when you think about the names, it's their family heritage. It's like the Easter's Foundation, the
mm.
Truvel's Foundation, like the Declares. And
Yes.
that legacy alone of your name just being brought out to the earth brings power, because
Mm,
your words are powerful, and how you brand yourself in this world, it brings strength in different dimensions. So
yeah.
I knew that for me, I was like, okay, I have a bigger dream for myself. And first of all, I don't want to be duplicated. I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of competitive. And second of all, if I'm showing up, I don't want to be like, oh, someone else is here as Deja Easter. No, there's only one, and
Hmm.
the,
Hmm.
the niche. So when you think of my name, think of the value that I'm bringing to you as a marketing personnel.
Beautiful. Thank.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's huge game for all the families watching, right? You have we really focus on our melanated beautiful couples, right? So your name, your legacy has value. So consider go ahead and getting that trademark so you own that name.
mhm,
This smooths you into the second sentence that you said, where you were like you were being very laser focused in who you were talking to, right? And
mhm.
you were kind of doing an audit of your social media, an audit of your website, and realizing, okay, this is my new business model. I need to make sure I'm communicating that properly. What are some of the checks or things that you're
Mhm.
looking at when you want to make sure you're communicating specifically to your new target audience?
Okay. So getting into that, so there's 3 steps of the unstuck methodology. It's clarity, doing more with less, and solving one problem. So the first step with clarity, I was like, okay, well, who do I really want to reach and how do I want to pivot in 2023? And what is it that they would be looking for when they're looking for me? How do they feel when they see my website? Do they feel like a sense of relief? Like, wow, I actually found the person who's going to help me get unstuck with these certain teachings? Or do they feel like, oh no, I'm not the right person? So when it comes to generating traffic, whether it's organic, meaning you're just posting on social media and people just so happen to click on your stuff, or if you're using paid traffic, meaning you're intentionally generating a specific audience for a specific goal, whenever they reach your website, it needs to speak to them. So I reversed it and I said, who do I want to speak to? I want to speak to small business owners, entrepreneurs who are specifically stuck, meaning they have an idea in their head, but they're not sure what to do to get to that next level. And not only specifically stuck, but they're stuck on how to find their audience, how to generate leads, and how to get clarity in their business. So, first of all, clarity is the number one aspect that's a highlight within how I like to help people. If you're clear on who you're marketing towards, you can create any type of product or service because the more you market to them, you're just going to find that your audience is like, thank you for creating this service. Thank you. Have you ever thought about when someone said, oh my gosh, I just want someone to create this product or service? I don't want to create it. I'm waiting for someone to create that product or service. There's people waiting on you to create a specific product or service. And when you know who your audience is, you are creating a whole gold mine to help people. And it's just a tremendous outlet. So, reversing who I am servicing, what does that look like? What does that audience look like? And edifying the pain point right in the header. So, if you go to the website, it says, I teach business owners and entrepreneurs how to do X, Y, and Z. And by that, the results are X, Y, and Z.
Mm. Come on, how are we 150 episodes in? This is the first time Deja's coming on. What are we doing, Sinclair?
We're getting it
What
together
are we
slowly
doing?
but
Listen, you
surely.
gonna be back a couple times. Let's go ahead, Sinclair.
I have a couple things on my mind, but I do remember when we were in the Bay during the M4 experience, which I'll bring back to that in a second. But I do remember you saying how like part of what you wanted to do is bridge the gap between where a lot of other people who trying to do their marketing,
Yes.
and they assume you're already at like this step, right? You already have a clear audience or whatever, and that's
Mhm.
really the hardest part for a lot of folks. So
Oh
how do you help folks like you said, like early on in their business career, just starting out their businesses, like what's different about your approach that bridges those like step 0 to step 1 that a lot of other companies
Yeah.
miss?
Well, first of all, I want to do it. I've spoken to
Mm.
coaches and stuff. They say, I don't want to work with people who don't know who they're targeting. I want you to come when you figured it out, and then I'm going to help you from this level. A lot of times people don't want to help you understand the small things because it could be frustrating if people don't have patience. And some of these coaches who are making all the money in the world, who's like, not the small people,
Mm.
let's just help the people who have it together. So, first of all, I want to do it. And second of all, it's hard finding a cohesive type of training who says, okay, from this point, if you're not clear on what you're doing, here's how to find that solution. And sometimes the wording of how people market the products don't really speak to that problem because marketing is creating a product or service and providing the solution to the problem. So if I can have a product and someone else can have a product, but I'm speaking their language and I'm speaking to their pain points in a different way, and also being the person of, for example, color or
Mm.
female, that's a whole different ball game as to oppose a different nationality with a different gender or anything that has to come with that situation. Because people will adapt to the whole you, not just the product or the services.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So if you're watching, make sure y'all go to www.dejaeastern.com to tap
Mhm.
in, learn more about what she got, all that wisdom. When we come back from this quick commercial break, I want to get into, if we can, I don't know if we can give a sneak peek, Deja, you let me know. But the Unstuck playbook, I know you got some dope stuff coming up for some people, and I want to give people just a little sneak peek. Can we do that after the break?
Let me see what I could do. Let me see what
Okay.
I can do.
They don't gotta see it. They just gotta hear it. You know.
Mhm. Okay.
She said,
I
Listen,
And
listen.
by the way, with the website revamp, that is not open yet. So if you're interested in connecting, please subscribe. I will be opening it up and giving you all the tea on the email list.
Ooh, there it is. How can folks subscribe? Do we need to put a link in the description?
It's on the website. Scroll down.
There you go. There you go. She's ready. She's ready. Okay. When we come back from this quick commercial break, we're gonna get into a sneak peek, just a little bit of the Unstuck playbook. We'll be right back. Look, we're gonna get right back into the amazing podcast. But if you didn't know, in 2017, we created Black Wall Street, the board game, because we thought more families needed to know about the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street. More families needed to know about the legacy of Black excellence left behind of Tulsa Black Wall Street, that we can own a Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Salon. We can have a Booker T. Washington High School. We can have an Uncle Steve's Barbecue. We can have a Renaissance man like Simon Berry, who had his own taxi service and bus service that got bought out by the city of Tulsa. We have brilliance in our DNA. We wanted to make sure that your family can play a game that teaches them about this brilliance. So we have Black Wall Street, the board game, right here. We had the first edition available in 2017 that got sold out. We're on the second edition right now, or you can get the beautiful masterpiece version of the game as well. It's up to you. Head to playblackwallstreet.com and get yourself Black Wall Street, the board game, to empower you, your family, and generations to come. Playblackwallstreet.com. Let's get back to the episode. All right. So, we're gonna see what Deja's gonna bless y'all with, right? But a lot of entrepreneurs, and we've experienced this, where you hit a wall, right? Whether it's the amount of customers and sales that you're getting, whether it's people aren't showing up for your webinars, whether listen, that's real, right? That is real.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Oh man. Whether it's you're not getting the engagement you want on social media, you kind of get stuck in business. And sometimes people just give up. They say, okay, well, maybe I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur. I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna throw their hands up. Other people push through and they find an amazing resource that can get them over the hill. And maybe this amazing resource is the Unstuck Playbook. Deja, talk to us. What can people expect in this playbook?
So I was gonna open up the modules and stuff, but I got to lose the laptop and my login is not saved. So boo-hoo.
Oh, listen, that's the worst. That'll get you stuck real quick. Your password?
Nah, forget it.
And also the Unstuck portion of that is having a password analyzer, which this laptop is brand new. I haven't downloaded nothing, but the password analyzer allows it to go from this laptop, from the other one. And then when you have a growing internal business structure, if you don't want people to know your credentials, send them that. And then it hides the login information and they click the link and then get in. But yeah,
we're gonna have follow questions on that offline.
Put a pin in that one.
Yeah. Like more of a business internal aspect. But what they can expect is audience identification and research. So how to find your audience, where are they at? Do they want your stuff? Do you have a product that is worth selling, quote unquote? Are people looking for it? A competitive analysis. What does that look like? So how to do competitive research. That's something I've done at a corporate level. And they do want to know, as a corporation, like, what is my competitor doing? Not that I'm trying to copy them, but if I have an audience that's standing right in front of me, why would they choose to go to this person rather than me? So why would I choose In-N-Out rather than Farmer Boys? And the audience differences. Well, I know In-N-Out prides themselves on being a local grown fruits and vegetables and cows. They're known for quality fast food. They do the fries fresh, first of all, and they know their audience. So don't go to In-N-Out expecting to get a vegan burger. That's not it. Okay.
Or really to get out there in and out, because it'd be taking forever because the lines.
Right. So you're going to get this patty. Don't come here asking for no chicken. Don't call him, that's not it. You're going to get a patty, a fry, or a shake. Period. We ain't got no family pack, no promo, no nothing.
Right. Nothing's ever on sale in and out.
Nothing.
Ever.
They're not on the apps.
Right.
You could tell we kind of sell In and Out at this point. Come on now.
Right. Can we just order it and then go pick up? No, this is what you're gonna get. Like,
Mm,
okay, and then I get it, but I'm gonna still give you my coins because I like the burger.
Mhm.
yeah.
So they know who they are. And then Farmer Boys or Carl's Jr., for example, they know who they are. Well, if you think about Carl's Jr.'s commercial, they usually had
Don't know if it's
or
us frozen. There we go.
uh-huh. Yeah, and it targets men,
Mm-hmm.
ideally. And so they've done such a well job with trying to target men that they've gotten backlash from mothers who are like, why are you overly sexualizing this ad
Oh
on
yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
they used to
TV?
be
They
Right. And
used
then
to
the
be
song
bad.
dripping
is
down
just
the
dripping. Like, sis, why is the song's gotta be dripping down your
you know, the
stomach?
napkin.
Oh
Like,
goodness.
you're driving that, right? It's just crazy. So, and then let's jump one more further. McDonald's. So McDonald's has their branding and marketing towards what would you think?
Yep. Kids,
Kids.
families.
Because you ain't gonna go to Carly J and find a play seat situation. You ain't gonna get all that. That this is for the grown men who want burgers, like yada 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 yada. McDonald's, you gonna get the Playhouse. You gonna get the Ronald
The
McDonald, the
toys.
clown, the
Mhm.
Mm,
toy,
Happy Meal.
mm,
right? They're branded for the Happy Meal. So when you know how to do your competitive research, it also allows you to understand who you're identifying as your ideal audience and who is your audience, and also your market research, and also just knowing who you're in business for. And if that business is a profitable idea. Now, there are some aspects where there are some wild cards, like the individual who taped a banana on the wall and he sold it for like six figures. But that's confidence.
That's all we needed to do, Sinclair.
I'm puzzled.
That's
Golly.
confidence. Confidence of an unusual circumstance. That's why I was like, sometimes all you need is confidence too. You
Mhm.
know, if you believe it, you done convinced the sky is purple, sis. Really? Yes,
It
it's
is.
purple.
In the
Like
universe, it is.
people gonna
Mhm.
believe it. But those are some of the aspects and things that I go over within the playbook. And also, I
Nice.
try to make it as humanized as possible so it's digestible and understandable. And I also don't deviate from the real marketing terminologies. I just simplify it and
Nice.
create realistic understanding. So this is things that you can process. And if someone else in the room says a word, you're like, oh, I know that word or what that
Mm-hmm.
means or what it looks like. So another example is like the CVS example. Do y'all have CVS?
No.
What do you mean by
But
have?
Do y'all go to a CVS? Are you in their
oh,
system?
oh yeah, we're
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
their system at some point, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you begin text messages?
Not anymore. I think I
Coupons?
blocked them.
You block.
Oh good.
Look, oh, that's funny.
I did at some point.
Right, right. So CVS, I love. Okay, the marketer in me loves when I get text messages and promos and emails and all those things because I like to understand like what's what.
Mhm.
So how they get you is they'll be like, "Do you want to sign up to be part of our rewards program?
Mhm.
What is the reward?"
Mm,
The
yep.
reward is CVS gets your information, your data, and then they give you coupons on their low sales seasons, typically, and they
Mm,
get you to come in. So it's things like that that I speak of in the playbook is when you have your sales cycle, there's strategies of when your low seasons are to pull in money.
nice.
So having the idea of when you're tracking all the data and you know, okay, this season's about to be low. What can we do to supplement this, or how can we maneuver around this? So CVS does a great job because every time they send me 40%, I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I do need lotion. Oh yeah, I
Right.
need they're like it's so convenient and local. And not only that, but they track what you're spending and what the products that you are tempted to buy more of. So they'll say, okay, Sinclair, she gave us her number. Every time she goes shopping, she puts in her number, which sends that data back to their database.
Mm,
And then they send you these promos for these soaps and lotions and deodorants that you was scanning last week to get
Mhm.
you back in when their sales cycles is low.
mm,
Boom. Yay.
Genius.
mm,
Uh,
yep.
And you said block, too much for me.
Yeah, I was like, this is a little too personal.
Right? It gets a little weird.
It does. It
Mm.
does.
Well, you
They
can go ahead, Queen.
I'm just gonna say, so I get all the weird health companies that be on my line. They be telling me all the matcha tea now on sale. I'm like, oh, we just out of some matcha. We need some new matcha pu'er tea now, 10% off. I'm like, let me go ahead and get some probiotics in my life.
Weird
Mhm.
healthy stuff, Deja. I told y'all it's the weird
I
healthy
love
stuff.
it.
Man, but I was gonna say you can do something similar in Shopify. They have apps in there where you can retarget folks and you can kind of
Mhm.
filter your
Mm.
customers based on who bought a first edition game, who bought a second edition game, who's buying courses, who bought the book, and we retarget, do some emails and text messages based on those customer segments.
Mhm.
So I have a question. So we're talking about like CVS, right? McDonald's, Carl's Jr., all well-established brands. So if
Mhm.
I'm just starting my business out and I'm okay, maybe I'd established like, okay, this is in the general audience or target that I want to reach
Mhm.
out to as my customer. How do I like make sure that I'm talking to them?
Good
Like what
question.
Mhm.
do I need to do? Like, is it like, should I just make sure that I'm talking to someone similar to me so I can just make sure like ask as if I'm talking to myself? Or
Mhm.
if I'm talking to another group of people, like how do I speak their language?
Yeah, so this is also in the playbook. So
Ooh,
you'll create your avatar, right? Who is it that you want to speak to? And typically, sometimes the problems that we're looking to solve are within ourselves. So
mm,
sometimes we're speaking to ourselves, but there's a trillion other people who resonate with that storyline or that, and you find yourself that that's your avatar. But you can always create that avatar what they look like. So whether it's a 45-year-old woman who's married and got 3 kids, divorced, and got
mm,
loans, and you want to help them with X, Y, and Z to get their payment plan together or whatever. So when you know who you're talking to, you can always run an ad, or it does not have to be paid. It can be organic or paid, but you'll analyze the messaging correlating to if they're clicking or resonating with the messaging. So let's say you know who your audience is. You can run an ad. So there's 2 ways. You can run an ad with nothing in the back, with just your ad opportunity, and you can clear out the audience and you can see what's biting just by looking at the ad on the back end to see, all right, so I'm noticing that women are really into this who are 35, because the back end of the ad, specifically Facebook ads, and also now that there's TikTok and Instagram and all the things, they all give you the same data and analytics. So you can look at who's biting. And then also, if you do have an ad and you have a specific audience, you can see, okay, is this resonating? Is anyone clicking? And be open, ask them for a response. I mean, these are people.
yeah,
So hey, X, Y, and Z, did you like X, Y, and Z, da 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 da? And then also humanizes your voice and the brand. That's actually what a lot of corporate marketing accounts are trying to do on social, is trying to humanize the brand, because now we're to the point where it's like, okay, let's get rid of the fluff. What is it? Can you just be normal? We're not over here suited, tied up, white collar, even they are trying to dumb it down to humanize us. So did I answer that question clearly?
Yeah, I think like the creating the avatar and like I think that
Hmm.
that is kind of the key piece there is like come up with a singular person rather than trying to think
Yes.
about like this whole group of people. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to know a group of people, but you can think about one person and what are those problems that that one person has, and how can you
Uh-huh.
speak to them? Yeah.
hmm
And we could go back to Carl's Jr. And I like to use corporate examples because it's relatable and it's something that we all have seen at least once,
Hmm.
which is I forgot the slogan of Carl's Jr., but it was like the burger is like, if it's meant to be in your face, it don't belong everywhere. I don't know, but it's like kind of sexual. But
Mm.
mm, mm,
but if you think about it, they're targeting a man. They typically have like some skinny mini chicks on the screen, boobies out, butts out, big old burgers, and it's just like sauce dripping. And they're speaking to
yeah,
one man, but they're speaking to many men who
Mm.
are
mm,
just fascinated with this idea of this hot chick and this humongous burger.
mhm.
Yeah.
There it is. Y'all find your customer avatar. Who are you talking to? And I think another piece of wisdom that you had earlier is when you're making content, it can be normal, natural content. Like you don't need to have all the polishing. You don't need to be all suited
Mm-hmm.
up and speaking proper. And like, no, just go ahead and have fun in your commercials and your content so that people know the real you and they connect with the brand, and then you'll get your true audience.
When I tell
Mm-hmm.
you, I saw so many ads of Grant Cardone before I realized it was Grant Cardone because I was
Ugh.
like,
Oh
he was
yeah.
in like a hoodie and like
Oh
his
yeah.
desk, and I was
Normal.
just like, and finally I actually watched one, and it was like, oh, I'm Grant Cardone at the end. I was like, oh, that's who you are. I promise you, I didn't know what the man looked like, but I was just like, oh, I thought he was just some random guy.
Oh yeah, Grant
Wow.
Cardone is really good at just doing that natural ad, to where
Mm-hmm.
it's like you don't even know what to add
Right.
until, because sometimes I listen to YouTube, I'm not necessarily watching it, so I'll let
Mm-hmm.
it play. Like, oh yeah, it's a Grant Cardone video, cool, and I walk over, and it's oh, this is a ad the whole
Uh-huh.
time. Okay,
Gary Vee does that as well too, very
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Like early on, he used to say something. All right, now get off your butt and do it. Like that was the
mm,
action step. You know how you have a closing caption at the end of your calls or whatever. He said, "All right, now I showed you. Now get out and do it." And I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, like
Right. Let me get
that."
myself up.
All right, let me get myself together.
Right. Um. So Gary Vee is possibly, one example. Who are some other either digital mentors that you've kind of accumulated over the years where you're like, ooh, marketing, I like what you're doing, or just books that you've read and you've been able to get some good tangible nuggets from?
Mm-hmm. So Gary Vee is one of them for sure, mainly because of his just demeanor of not caring. And
Don't care.
I feel like being a woman, we care so much because we're like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't want to like look like this or come out like this or yada yada. And I feel like we just need to just do it sometimes and not focus on all the little things. And that's actually was on my goals list is
It
to
was.
yeah, just do it, you know. And this is like okay, this is another book that I started reading.
Ah,
Yeah, we're not gonna say that full title, but y'all get the gist.
Right. Right. So it just unblocks your mind of why do I care about all these little things that are happening when you could save your energy for the bigger things? You
Hmm.
know, sometimes we get so stuck up on small things and it's like, no, that's actually so stuck on the big things and it's actually a small thing.
mhm.
So yeah, Gary V is it. And I really don't have many. I like Audra Richmond as well. She
Okay.
is very in tune with branding. Um, yeah, I don't like to
Uh,
just pivot off too many stuff. I like
right.
to correlate the now and also reflect versus corporate and also college information and
Hmm.
then tie it in because too much information is actually bad.
That's a
Mhm.
fact. That's a fact.
Mhm.
And for the people that were listening, didn't get to see the title. It was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fill in the Blank. Go ahead and search that up on Audible, or buy it in Barnes and Noble, all that good stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think I got into that like rabbit hole of I need to consume all the information possible, and then I get so much information I don't know what
Yeah.
action to take.
Yeah.
Right. And I get stuck. That was not supposed to be on purpose, but I literally get stuck in too much information.
Mhm. And then pivoting back to what happens to us as individuals when we fall into marketing schemes is if you really reverse engineer how like CVS is doing us all types of dirty, sending us
Mm.
coupons for deodorants we just bought last week, like that's basically what we as entrepreneurs should be doing.
Mm.
It
Yep.
is. So even if you feel like you're in this rabbit hole and you feel like you're just everywhere X, Y, and Z, think about some of the companies you spend the most money with. Think
Mm.
about how they're talking to you. Think about how they're asking for your money. What how does that make you feel? And what does that look like? And then
Mm.
resonate on that and think about how you can apply that to your business or your company.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Hmm.
good. I think sometimes we forget to operate as a business, even though we're entrepreneurs. We forget,
Hmm.
like, let's look at what Target's doing, what CVS doing, and copy it. Like, you don't need to do everything from scratch. Like, see what's being successful
Yeah,
in the market and see how you can apply that to your own business.
yeah, because they was doing all this before social media.
Facts.
And I think the other thing to keep in mind too is like I mean, especially if you created a product or service you're proud about, like it is solving somebody's problem.
Mhm.
So I feel
Yes.
like sometimes we can get in the mindset of like, oh, I'm not trying to like bother everybody or I don't want
Yeah.
to like bombard
Bother
people.
them.
Right.
Mhm.
But we got to realize like we created a board game to help, kids
Mhm.
build businesses. We have a literacy program that's helping kids literally build out their business pitch. Like that is solving a problem out in the
Mhm.
world. So there are people who need to hear that information and
Mhm.
want, like you said, like there's somebody out there wanting your product. So unless you're putting it out there, they're not going to find it. They're
Right.
just going to be out there wondering like, dang, I still wish somebody created this.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to be sitting out there like, dang, I wish I could find somebody who wants this.
Yeah.
We are problem solvers. We're
Mhm,
We
not
are.
just a business owner, entrepreneur. We're here to solve problems.
mhm.
Facts.
And we have the solutions. So the only way that we can get our audience to know about us is we gotta yell it from the mountaintop. There's
Mhm.
been so many times we heard the McDonald's jingle, ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. It's in my head
Mhm.
since I'm a child. Like they
Nice.
don't care how many times they've been on the screen, they gonna keep popping up.
Yep.
Mm.
And that's just how relentless we need to be.
Mm.
And it can feel like from us, it's just like, oh, we're so annoying. But the other side is like, wow, thank you so much for pushing. And I'm
Yeah.
so happy that I found you.
Yeah.
Mm. That's love it. Love it. Love it. All right, we're
Mhm.
gonna take another quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're gonna let you ask us some questions. We're gonna put the
Mhm.
spotlight off of you. Woof, woof, switch it over here. If you have any questions about relationship, any questions about our business, or any questions about
Mhm.
health for the
Mhm.
queen, feel free to head it our way. We'll do it right after this commercial break. All right, we're gonna get back to the episode in a second, but breathe. If you've ever had a brilliant idea, I'm pretty sure everybody just took a breath right there, right? Because we all have amazing ideas. But I got a question for you. What's stopping you from taking that idea and actually making it into a business, actually executing on your brilliance? My name is Devon Travell, and in 2018, I was able to create, market, and sell my own product while still working a 9 to 5. And through the years, I've taken the lessons we've learned, the expensive webinars that I've gone to, and the dozens of business books that I've read, and I've discovered 7 simple steps to launch your business. If you're ready to take your business idea to the next level and make it real and start making profit from your passion, head to www.launchitcommunity.com and grab yourself the book. We've been able to make it very simple, affordable, and easier than ever to start that business while still working your 9 to 5. And we take entrepreneurs every single Friday and we talk to them. We teach them about how to use social media. We teach them about how to set up their Instagram account, how to use Shopify, how to use Printful and other tools that can help you take your business to the next level, but not take tons of time away from your 9 to 5 and your busy life that you already have. So if you're ready to take that idea to the next level, make sure you head to www.launchitcommunity.com, get yourself a book, and join our free accountability calls. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, Deja, it is on you if you're ready. Fire
Yeah,
away.
I'm ready. So I got to ask y'all some questions.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
ready. We
So
ready.
I was curious. So what is the worst advice y'all have received as a couple?
Oh,
Only
it's a
only
couple.
because I
Mm.
We were talking about the same thing.
Mm.
because okay, I received an advice saying you should struggle together. And this individual was well in his age and just like probably 7 years old. He was like, just people young should just struggle together and figure everything out.
Mm.
And I don't believe that. Because first of all, I want to see how you struggle. And what
Mm-hmm.
does your struggle look like? Is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Or is it
Mm.
like what is that? But
Yeah.
let me know what you think.
Yeah. I mean, the worst advice, I'm gonna be honest with you, I try to forget bad advice very quickly. So I don't remember the worst advice we ever gotten because I probably didn't listen to it. Now as far as like the struggle together, I see I think that's decent advice because me and the queen, we have definitely struggled together. And I feel like because we've gone through like periods of time of being broke, periods of time of sleeping on the floor, periods of time of, not having enough food, like I feel like I know she got my back when I need it and she knows I got her back when she needs it. Yeah. Um So yeah, I feel like the struggling together is definitely an added bonus. I don't know if it's a needed part, but I think it's helped us.
And I think, I mean, I don't know exactly what they were trying to convey, but I do see it as like a, I think it is an important part to be able to struggle together because,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, like the struggle is going to come. It's a natural part of life. So, can
Oh, I
you,
got it.
okay. So, can you struggle together? Can you, I guess, get past those hurdles? That's why I think of struggle is just getting past an obstacle or, getting bogged down
Yeah.
in something. Like, can you, I guess where I'm hesitating is like struggle together because one of you should be helping the other person get out of the hole, right?
Right.
You shouldn't just both be sitting there like, oh, that's not gonna get anybody anywhere. But like, can you help each other past those struggles? I think is important.
Mhm.
Right. I will say some advice that I think was not the best was one that finances should stay separate, and you should, like, if you're paying for stuff, you should have the final say for stuff.
Mhm.
I don't think that's 100% true. Right. And the way that we break up our finances, like we have multiple accounts, a shared account. She has her account. I have my account, business account, account that, is for savings and all that good stuff. But yeah, I feel like the main breadwinner shouldn't be doing and controlling all of the money because I think that's where abuse can come into play. I think that's where power dynamics can start getting into play. So yeah, I think that's probably
Mhm.
something that I can remember, not the best advice.
Mhm.
I had like a little situation where someone told me I was making Devon a plate, and they were just
Mm,
basically like, "You
Mhm.
should not be making this man's plate." And I was like,
Right.
this is like I don't actually don't even this was early on, so we were not engaged or anything at the time, but we've been
mm,
together still for probably 6 years at that point.
Man, why you say it like that? 6 years.
I mean,
I
that's some
still ain't got
time.
no ring.
It's not like I'm just a new girl who just showed up a month ago. Like, we've
Uh,
been together for like 5-6 years at this point, and it was like, yeah, you should not be making this man's plate. And it was like,
Mhm.
well, why not? Like, and
mm,
I guess I don't. Again, this person did not know me well, so I don't know if they knew like this like the normal thing. Like, I always make the plates. Is like that was not it at
Right.
all. He would do the same thing in the opposite situation. It happened to be, we were at his house, and so he was out with family. So I was like, I'm gonna go get the plates. Like, and in the reverse role, he would have done the same thing. So it had nothing to do with like a gender role, but I just that like you should not be. And it's like, why should I not be doing something to help my partner out?
mm,
That doesn't
Right?
make sense.
Mm.
yep,
That one went like,
yeah,
Right.
good
Why should I
example.
not be able to help my partner? That's
right.
the comeback. Why should I not be able to help my partner?
Yeah.
It's not like this is hurting me to do an extra scoop of potato salad. Like,
Oh, people. All
yeah.
right. Oh, that was not bad, not bad. All right, you got any more for us? We getting back to you. You talk to us. Talk to us.
Mhm. So what was the highlight of y'all's December New Year's Eve trip, goals, sessions,
Mm.
all the things that were done?
Oh yeah, I got one. You let me know if you're ready.
Go ahead.
So my highlight, obviously, the goals was that's always fun, right? That was good work. And I'm glad people enjoyed it. The people who decided to wake up enjoyed it. My probably favorite part was the day, I think after New Year's, when we did our little brunch.
Mhm.
That was good vibes, right? Because we had more guests come on in. We had some people that we went to college with. Sinclair had the high school friends there. We had our Atlanta people there, and it was just a good melting pot of a whole bunch of different people. We're in the house cooking some good food. We had some pancakes, some chicken, some greens, all homemade, real good stuff. Shout out to the queen. Um, yeah, it was just a really good vibe, and I think I enjoy times where we get to feel young. I know I feel like
Mhm.
we're always working, we're always like in
That.
classes teaching, we're hosting the podcast. I feel like we're always doing like real grown people stuff. So it was cool to just be at the house, come through, kick it, let's eat. And it felt like, a good youthful adult playtime type of situation for me. So that's probably my
Mhm.
favorite part.
Yeah. Both of ours involve food, so you can tell that we're
We do
foodies.
this, yes.
Yeah. My
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
Do you know? I like the little black owned food tour we
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool
Yeah.
because I feel like it did also encompass a lot of what we like and what we're about, like black owned businesses. We always
Mhm.
everywhere we go, we were like, okay, where are we gonna eat? He's always like, look up what's black owned. Like
Yep.
that's where we start. And so it did stick hard to our rule of and our goal of trying to support black owned businesses wherever we go. But also the food was bomb.
Facts.
And it was exposure. Like I think it was a nice exposure to see restaurants. Like I think we had all been, most of us had been to the Bay Area before. Not all of us had been to those restaurants before.
Yep. So shout out to Kingston 11.
Kingston 11, Jamaican food spot in Oakland, downtown Oakland, and then Alamar Kitchen as well. That was my first time there. Y'all got to try their seafood boil. Oh my gosh. We literally, so we had a big old thing. It was probably like literally this big
feast
piled with shrimp, with lobster, with potatoes and sausage and corn. And I think there was even fish in there. Yeah, it was piled high. So we had a group of like 6 people just as soon as it came, it was like silence except for all the slurping that you heard.
What's that called? SMR?
Yeah. And then even after it was gone, like there was nothing but seafood shells. We were like, can we get a container for the sauce?
Yeah,
we were not wasting that sauce. We used it as gravy for like the rest of the weekend. It was so good. So shout out to both of those black owned businesses. But yeah, it was cool. We like to do food tours pretty much wherever we go. And so I couldn't find like a guided food tour, so I just kind of created one.
There's another problem. If you're in Oakland, California, and you have the food spots, create your own Airbnb experience for a black-owned guided food tour. Thank you very much. Give us 10%. Appreciate you.
There was one, but she just wasn't offering it when we were there. But yeah, we had a really good time. Again, just camaraderie, having a bunch of friends together, trying new food, walking around downtown. Like, yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed that.
Nice.
And I just dream about that seafood boil.
I'm sure you do, Queen. How about you, Deja? What was your favorite time about the experience?
I think I was telling you before we started. I think my favorite portion was the goals session, only because I was internal. I'm an internal thinker at times, and sometimes I'll sticky note some things, but not write down the goals. Like I have a vision board pictures are up, but having something external, like you saying, all right, write your goals down. I'm already in my head written it down, but I didn't write it down on New Year's. And then the significant just times frame of from December 31st to January 1st is like goals start. Like that's how my mind was like, goals start. And then I was like, all right, by January, I need to do this. By February, I want to do this. And it worked out very nicely. And that was an extremely strong highlight for me. And also spending it with you all and the other individuals who are in the room who are on their entrepreneurial mindset and game. So we had fun. We partied hard, but we also like, all right, let's do this.
Listen,
get some tea. We gonna get it done.
Balance, y'all. And I think there's so much power in writing stuff down. Right, because literally we had, or at least I had 3 goals specifically written out, and one of those was an income goal, and we're already looking like we're going to get that by halfway through the year. Right.
I don't remember what your goal was, but say, are we
I'm not gonna say it on air. You know, maybe later on in the episode y'all find out. But yeah, we had a specific income goal. I'll tell you after this if you don't remember, Sinclair, and we're literally about to hit that with halfway through the year.
Sure.
The other goal was for us to get a real estate property, and then the other goal was for us to have studio space, and we're looking to hopefully do something that can do both of that in one. So literally about by June we're about to hit the 3 annual goals. It's crazy.
And this is the same thing that happened last year, I feel like, and it's not even. And again, we probably should, you maybe do, but if like I don't do a good job of like going back and actually reading the goals, they just stay like in kind of the back of my mind. But there is something very powerful about even that, where I feel like at some point we looked at it like we're kind of like, we've already accomplished these goals, like, or we're like heading to accomplish these goals. And so, yeah, there's something really powerful about just physically putting pen to paper and writing it down that I think helps you really start to manifest what you want and start to bring the law of attraction, right? Start to bring those things that you need to do and see to make it happen.
Oh, yeah. So, Deja, you know, if you were to put in your vote to where next year's M4 Mastermind would be hosted, is there a city, is there a location that you're like, you know what, Sinclair, I wouldn't mind if you can plan something in this location
I'm
next year?
listening.
Hmm. What I realized, I was like, December, Oakland was very rainy.
It
And I was
was.
like, it is winter, right? So
Mhm.
maybe something snowish would be
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
I never driven in the snow, so I might recalibrate those thoughts, but it sounds beautiful. But
Mm.
I feel like we'd have to pick between rain, snow, or rain. So maybe snow would be different.
Mm.
We stay in the US, yes.
Yeah, snow is possible. We did Lake Tahoe the year before, 2 years before, so that's possible.
Mhm.
Big Bear is always possible. Aspen's
Colorado, yeah.
possible. Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
I remember how bougie you want to get, Miss Deja. You know, you let her know.
right. Because
I'll
when I
create some options.
look, I'm here for it. Because I even called you. I was like, Sinclair, what are we gonna be eating? Because I'm not no McDonald's chick. Like, I don't
I
want.
was like, girl, neither is I. What you
I said
mean?
At all.
yes.
At
These
all.
will never get more money.
Again, they used to get our money a lot.
Okay, yeah,
In
again,
college,
again.
they got a lot of our money, but no longer.
Yeah, yeah, we ain't doing that.
Okay. Possibly last question for you. And it's a question that I like to ask all guests.
Uh-huh.
We like to ask all guests. And that is, do you think every family should have a business? Whether that's a real estate business, whether that's a clothing brand, do you think every family should have some type of business or business structure?
Ideally, yes, but like realistically, is every family meant to have that? Is every family gonna pay their taxes? Is every family gonna open their store on time? Is every family
Say that one again.
look,
Oh man, I love my people.
because
Get
I
the door
remember
like
right. Same story. My mom's friend, she's like, I'm trying to support a black owned business at the salon shop, and this guy is never on time, 30
Mm,
minutes to an hour late.
mm,
Like, are the ethics there?
mm.
You know,
Yep.
the answer would be yes, but is it realistic? No, it's not. And it's okay because the economy needs certain people of different levels. Like there's
True.
reason why people, work at Walmart. The Walmart ecosystem needs people to check
Mm,
out groceries. And some
mm,
people don't want to have businesses. I actually ran into a conversation piece. They're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to work a 9 to 5 and I don't want businesses.
mm,
Okay, fair.
yeah. I mean, it is like it's interesting. I feel like I really resonate with all of the different reels and memes and things that say like, oh, I quit my 9 to 5 because it was too stressful. And now I deal with like 24/7, like entrepreneurship stress. That's real. And so I feel like, yeah, it does take a certain type of person to want
Uh-huh.
to dive into that because you don't get to clock out. You don't get
Yeah.
to go home and not think about work anymore. Like you may be able to do with the 9 to 5. And I feel like
Mhm.
even when we are like tabling and we have kids that come up, right? We're talking to a group of people and you're like, the question we would ask, if you knew your business could not fail, if you knew you couldn't fail, what business would you start? At a group
Wow.
out of a group of people, you may get like three people in the group that are
Wow.
like, oh my God, I would do this, I would dance studio, restaurant. And then sometimes there was always that one person that's like, I don't know. And it's like, you don't know, like you can't think of something, or sometimes they just be like, no, I don't want a business. And it's like,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that, right? But they already have in their mind, they're thinking about like all the work that it requires to do a business. And they're like, yeah, that's not for me. And that's perfectly fine. It
mm.
does take a
Right.
certain type of person.
Yeah.
Right. I had
100%.
to, I had to respect that because I never thought about it until someone said, I don't want a business.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Okay.
Right. I do have one question if there's time for the
Oh, of
both of y'all.
course. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What have been some aha moments between us speaking maybe over our trip or in previous conversations, some clarity that you have received in your business from just talking about your goals with me?
Oh gosh, there was a lot. Hold on. I think I had a whole notes section up.
Mhm.
Hold on. Sinclair, if you want to go first.
I feel like the tidbit that you gave on like, rather than, so me, I'm like, I am that super analytical person. So I'm like, what data can I find? Like, how do I know I'm going to speak to that person? and you kind of were like, just put out some ads and then analyze it afterwards.
Mhm.
And I think that was important for me to hear because it required putting the action in first and then analyzing second, which is just counterculture to what I would do. So
Mhm.
that has been very helpful for me of just like, just put something out there first. Like you said, like your social media still needs to get figured out, but you're going to put it out on Google, right? Because it can still be generating leads. Like I need to start adapting the mindset of like, and I am working on it, but getting out of the like perfectionist mindset of I need to have it all figured out. I need to have exactly the avatar and everything figured out before I even yeah, I need to read that book, Deja. That's what I need.
Yep. Yeah, you do, Sinclair.
I
You
actually
do.
really
I'm
do.
telling. I keep telling Sinclair
I'm gonna
like,
add it right now.
please do. Like her level of just brilliance, creativity, and genius is so high, and she just stops herself
I get in my
from.
own way.
Yeah, you just stop yourself from action.
I
So I keep
understand.
telling. As soon as she can unlock that, as soon as she can just like take action on these ideas, it's a wrap. It is game over.
Done. Wrap.
Yeah, go ahead
They
and buy
better
one of your Audible credits.
Done.
There you go. Shout out to
I'll be listening to that on my walk tomorrow.
beautiful.
okay.
So I got a lot of notes from you. Um, some of them I've already done, some of them I haven't done. One was changing the price on our memberships. So we offer Play Black Wall Street Academy memberships and IMI All Access memberships for a very affordable price. And Deja was like, "Yeah, you need to up those, right?" And I've heard that from a lot of people. I've probably Sinclair's told me that multiple times as well. But just hearing it from another person, someone from the outside, is always helpful. You
Yeah.
also said to, I think you also said this,
Noticing a pattern here.
is to change the individual prices of the courses so that it's not advantageous just to buy one course. They want the membership, right? So make sure
Mhm.
that if a one course is $3, but the membership is $20 a month, people are gonna buy the one course. So making
Mhm.
sure that the value in the course is equitable, but they get pushed towards that membership. Some things that I haven't done yet are running the ads and making sure that they're checking to see if they're actually profitable. So how much did you spend, and then how much money are you actually getting back? We had a problem with Facebook to where they're not letting us run ads because they're stopping us from being great. But as soon as they stop us or stop stopping us,
First of all, they are not stopping us from being.
Mm.
they're not.
They're really not.
They're just a speed bump in the process, though. Another really good one that I want to do as soon as Facebook stop playing games is adding a pixel to the checkout page or the checkout button so that you can see who's actually buying, and then you can do some follow up targeting stuff based on that. And then the last one, yeah, you gave me a lot of stuff here. The last one was to um add a QR code to our speaking engagements, specifically when we're out in the field, making sure that we can have a slide so you can do a QR code so that and you can retarget the people that were at your speaking engagement for future speaking engagements, for other book sales, games. See, Deja, I take notes, I listen, and then I just drip out when I actually execute on the things. All right.
Mhm.
Mm.
That was saucy.
You've done a lot.
Listen, listen. Listen, y'all. Hopefully, y'all took notes. Deja, I know we've kind of talked about this, or maybe me and the Queen talked about this, but we want you back, like again and again, like come back as a reoccurring
Do it.
guest for
Let's
sure,
do
You're
it.
a
for sure,
resident marketing expert.
for sure,
Let's
for
do
sure.
it.
Cool, cool. So we're gonna do some quick updates, and then we're gonna go to you for the final word. If you want to send people to a certain website to get the playbook, if you have a piece of wisdom that you want to give them, you're gonna have the final say in the podcast. All right,
All right. Well, good.
Queen. Any updates you want to share with the beautiful people, other
I
than
think
that beautiful face? Yeah, yeah, that one.
I think just the one I gave last week. So if you are an educator out there, if you are a parent to a child who is going to school, and you want them what?
Please continue.
And you want them to learn some financial literacy, you want them to get exposed to how to create a business model, come from an idea that solves a problem and build that into a business pitch. We do have a 12-week financial literacy mentorship program called LIT, or Leaders Innovating Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we partner with schools to bring this service to the schools. So if that is something that sounds like you want at your school or your child's school, or you want to partner with us on that, send an email to info@playblackwallstreet.com, and we'll definitely get back to you and see how we can partner and bring that program to your school.
Beautiful. And of course, that program was really innovated and designed from Play Black Wall Street, the creators of Black Wall Street, the board game, where we started off in 2017, just teaching beautiful families all around the world about the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street to a fun family board game. So if you want to teach your scholars, you want to teach your kids about the history of Tulsa Black Wall Street, if you want to have fun while learning about financial literacy and Black history, and if you want to inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs, make sure you go to playblackwallstreet.com, get yourself a board game, and just have fun. We out. All right, we out. Let's bring Deja back. Let's go ahead. All right. Last piece of wisdom from Deja Easter. She's gonna be back many, many times. But what you got for the people for a final nugget of wisdom as we end?
Yes, clarity is a gold mine. So get clear and get unstuck. Once you're clear on many aspects of your business and even yourself, it's going to open up so many doors for you. It's going to be ridiculous. So clarity, do more with less, and solve one problem.
Nice.
Boom. There it is. Thank y'all for tapping into the Melanated Married Millionaires in the Making show. I'm your host, Devon Travell, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game.
And I'm Sinclair, aka the Health Nerd.
Make sure y'all secure the marriage. Make sure y'all secure the love. And of course, make sure y'all secure the bag. Peace. Thank you for supporting the M4 show and our mission to increase the wealth of Black families.
If you received any value from this episode, any value at all, any, do us a favor and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify, anything, all of them, all of them, wherever you're listening, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And after you like and subscribe, make sure you send this episode to at least one family that you really want to see win. We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.